G'day guys, in this video we're going to do a exam style derivative question. In this question we're going to take the derivative of this function g of x. We're going to plug in the point x equals -2 into the derivative and then doing some multiplication pump out the value of the derivative at x equals -2. This question is going to involve us doing using the product rule and the chain rule. I'm not going to explain how they work, I'm just going to do them. You can look at other videos if you want to know how they work. Just for here, we're going to do what we would do in an exam. So to start with, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually figure out what g prime of x is. So I'm going to write that down, g prime of x. Now hopefully you'll get to the point where you can just rifle this thing off without having to do too much brain work. So you've got 3 bracket 3x plus 5, and this is the first time I'm seeing the problem as well, all squared multiplied by the derivative of the inside, which is 3, times the back left constant, adding to the derivative of the back, which is 2 bracket 2x minus 1 times the derivative of the inside, leaving the front one constant. Okay, so that is our derivative. We've used the product rule as well as the chain rule. Now, what we then have to do is we then have to figure out what g prime of -2 is. So, what we do here is we plug in -2 for where the x's are. Now, to save me writing out this monster equation, I'm going to just plug in the -2 as we go. So here we have 3 times -2, which is -6, plus 5, which is -1 squared, times 3, times 2 times -2 is -4, minus 1 is -5, all squared. Add 2 times -2, -4, minus 1 is -5, times 2, times 3 times -2 is -6, plus 5 is -1, all cubed. You then continue the multiplication and go -1 squared is +1, times 3 is 3, times 3 is 9, times -5 squared, which is 25, 25 times 9 is 225. Then we're adding to that -1 cubed, which is still -1, sorry, times 2 times 2, which is 4, times -5, which is -20. So -20 times -1 is +20. And that gives us a g prime at -2 equal to 245. So we have a very, very steep positive gradient. Okay, I hope that helped. This is kind of me going through this question a little bit slower than I would in an exam, but you do see that if to be able to get this under the time that you would be allowed via points for this question, 3 or 4, you have to be able to rifle off the derivative quite fast, and you have to be able to do these multiplications basically in your head. So good luck with that. Just make sure you keep practicing them, and I'll see you next time.